Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Not gonna lie right now, I feel a bit like some sort of vampire queen. Kind of okay with it. For today's video, I thought it would be really fun to play with every single one of my ABH palettes. I absolutely love the formula. I wanted to see if I could actually use every single one of them in one look. And it turns out that despite the color story, every single one of Anastasia's palettes do actually contain very similar looking warm tones. So it actually turned out to be a much easier task than I thought it would be in the first place. As always guys, before we get into the video, if you enjoy it, do make sure you give it a big thumbs up, leave me a comment letting me know what you thought of it, and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out on the next video. And if you'd like to see how I created this all matte, warm toned halo eye, then just keep watching. Alright guys, so as always, my eyes are primed with my P.Louise Base in the shade 0.5. So I'm going to start off today with the Modern Renaissance palette. I'm going to be taking the shade Red Ochre just over here. For my first crease colour, I've been really loving this crease brush from Revlon. I've had it maybe for about 10 years, so it's probably not being made anymore, but it's just quite nice and it's got a bit of a point, so I like it for packing on the crease shade. So I'm going to start packing that on quite slowly. So I've had to do quite a bit of packing on with that shade, but I absolutely love how Anastasia's eyeshadows blend over the P.Louise Base. They just give the smoothest finish. I'm pretty happy with the way that that's looking, so I'm going to go in with my next shade, and I want to use an orange. And there is no lack of warm tones in Anastasia's palette, so there's a few different options that I'm considering. I think the one that I'm going to go for now is the shade Saturn, and that's from the Prism palette. And this time I'm taking my crease brush from Iconic London, just going to start blowing up that red shade with Saturn. So I'm packing on the colour, but also making sure to go in back and forth motions. For my third shade now, I'm going to go into Subculture, and this is the shade that I'm going to go for. It's called New Wave, and I'm just taking that on a crease brush by the Felly. So again, just blending that shade upwards. Just going to quickly jump back into a little bit of Saturn, just to make sure that we're not losing that colour. And then for the brow bone, I'm going to take the best brow bone shade in my opinion. It's Tempera from the Modern Renaissance. And I'm just taking it on this angled eyeshadow brush just to blend out the edge up here. I went a bit overboard. I'm just going to add a little bit of New Wave back on. I feel like I do want to deepen that crease a little bit, so I'm just going to go in with Passion from the Norvina palette. I'm just taking this on a pointed crease brush from Iconic. Next up, I want to cut my crease, and because I want it to be a stark white, I'm actually going to go in with the Revolution Cut Crease Canvas. This is the shade Halo White. I don't like the brush that comes with it, so I'm going to take my Morphe M558, and I'm going to cut my crease in a halo shade. I'm actually going to switch out to my Blank Canvas Cosmetics F17 brush, just because it's a little bit stiffer. Once I'm happy with the shape, I'm going to go back into Red Ochre, this time on a flat brush, and pack it on the inner and outer corners and blend out the edges of the base. Then using the same brush, I'm going to add on a little bit of Saturn. Then on another clean flat brush, I'm going to add a bit more of New Wave. And again, going back and forth in between Saturn and New Wave, just to make sure the two are blended out. I want to use a stark white for the centre of the eye, but unfortunately there isn't one in any of the Anastasia palettes that I own. So instead, for now, I'm going to use the one from the Morphe 35B. It's not the best quality white, but it is the only one that I had. So I'm taking a slightly larger flat brush, but you can see it's quite thin, and I'm going to pack that on. This isn't going to come out as white as I wanted, unfortunately. You can see it's not the best of white eyeshadows, but it is the only one that I had. I did go over New Wave a little bit, just so that I could blend it out. So I'm going to go back in with the brush I used for New Wave. Right now I haven't got any extra product. Just going back and forth in between the two brushes, but I'm not adding any new product. Okay, that's not bad. I'm pretty happy with that. Next up, I'm going to do my liner, and as always, I'm going to be taking the Inglot Gel Eyeliner. This is just the black one, but as it has been drying out a little bit recently, I have just picked up some of the Revolution Pro Mixing Liquid. So this is going to be my first time using this, so hopefully it will just help fluidify the liner a bit so that I don't struggle with it as much. And I'm going to draw on a nice thick liner. This is so much easier to use. Okay, and I'm not actually going to draw on a wing. What I'm going to do in the outer corner is just take my Morphe M138 and just attempt to blend that out a little bit. So what I'm going to do is just go back into my very first brush and with a tiny bit of red ochre, help to blend that in. And then just taking this tiny angled brush from Real Techniques, I'm going to jump into Obsidian from the Prism palette, so you can just use any sort of black. And I'm going to come in and just set the rest of the liner. And then as I get to the outer corner, just again smoking that out, back in with the Morphe brush to help that out. And if you guys follow me on Instagram, you'll know that I'm currently completely obsessed with these Midnight Lashes from the Kiss Foam Ink collection. So I'm going to be popping those on now. So now that the lashes are on, I'm just going to go off and do my foundation, and then I'll be right back to finish the lower lash line. Right, so I'm just going to take that flat brush again and start off with red ochre and line my lower lash line. Then next on the same brush again, just using Saturn to blend it out. And then finally taking New Wave, connecting all of that up. I'm just going to come back in with the Inglot eyeliner on my waterline. And I'm just going to finish it off with some mascara. I do just want to add some inner corner highlights, so I'm going to jump into Primavera from the Modern Renaissance on a pencil brush and just pop that on my inner corner. That's the eyes done, so I'm now going to zoom you out so that we can work on the face. Right, I am looking pretty ghostly right now, so for blush I'm going to jump into the Obsession Pinky Promise blush palette. I've been meaning to try one of these for ages, so I finally took the plunge. These shades are very pretty. Let's go all out. I'm going to go into the darkest shade, Cerise. I'm going to go in very lightly and build it up so that I don't go overboard. Too late. These are pretty pigmented because I dipped in very, very lightly and even tapped off the excess on my arm, and it still came out pretty damn strong, so be warned. I do feel a little bit less ghostly though now. I'm really excited to try this. This is the Obsession Mega Moon Highlighter. I don't think it actually comes out that purple on the face, but it looks like it's really glowy. Going quite lightly. I'm going to take this fan brush from Iconic London. Oh wow, okay. That's really nice. This brush normally applies highlighter very lightly, doesn't normally pick up a lot of product, but it seems that with this particular highlighter, you don't even need a lot. Oh. It's a very affordable one, I can't remember how much it was, and I think it is definitely worth the money. Really, really impressed with that. That's really pretty. Okay, and finally guys, for lips, I'm going to be really unoriginal here, and I'm just going to go for my Berry M lip kit in Go To because I think it's really going to suit this look, and I'm fully aware that I definitely need some new lip products in my life. So starting off with the lip pencil. And then into the liquid lipstick. And then finally, to set everything in place, I'm just going to go in with the Berry M Flawless Mist and Fix. This is the matte one.
Easy come, easy go.
Alright guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. No lip gloss, no lipstick on the teeth. This look didn't quite turn out as I wanted it to, but I am really pleased with what came out in the end. I was a bit concerned in the middle when I was using that white shade, but as soon as I added the liner and the lashes, I was really happy with it. Not 100% sure on the choice of blush, to be honest. I don't think pink was the way to go, but this highlighter, so pretty. Really, really pleased with that purchase. As always guys, if you enjoyed the video, then do give it a big thumbs up, leave me a comment letting me know what you thought of it. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the next videos, and I'll be seeing you all on the next one. Bye guys.